Okay, so this is the problem that I had. I have Chinese characters and I have to write the meaning in pinyin and then maybe also translate. Depends on what it really is, but I get the pinyin, I already know what the character means. Sometimes I forget, I get the pinyin, I know, oh, that's the character, it means this. And also get the pronunciation with the pinyin. So it's definitely something that's definitely a requirement for me if I'm studying Chinese. I need the pinyin. There are a couple of ways. I can type ta and then say the tone. That's the first tone, and the is the second tone, and so on. And then I can translate that into pinyin. So this is cumbersome for longer texts especially. So I decided to automate the thing, and there's two ways. There are APIs available. An API is an application programming interface, something that's available somewhere. In this case, on the internet. I put in some data, I get some data back, and I put that in the document. So here I used Python as a scripting language for macros, and which handles all these requests for me. Two things. So first I use APIs, and then didn't find many APIs. Actually, I only found one. It still works, and it provides the pinyin. But here's the problem with that: is I get pinyin, but each character is translated separately, and you lose a bit of context doing that. Now, with all these characters in Chinese, you don't get spaces between words and letters and characters, but in pinyin, it really helps. Anyway, so there's a fast solution, which is this. It will get the Glosby service. By the way, Glosby, that's this. It's an API, it's free. You type it in, you enter a couple of parameters in it, you hit enter, and you will get the results. Problem with that one is it's fast, but as I said, it translates each character separately. It's already a good thing. It's better than nothing, right? And I can still, connect the words. Kanma. Yeah, there we go. But there had to be a better way, because when I check this, Google Translate, there you go. Nice pinyin, right? And so the translation is Google Cloud Translation API. It used to be free, the API, an application program interface. Now it's no longer free, it's a paying service. I have it on my subscription. I got a couple of machines running in the cloud. I can also have this. As of, I think, 100,000 queries per day or month, it starts to be rather expensive. For a couple of queries, it's okay. The problem with this is I get the good translation, get a very good translation, but I can't get to the pinyin. Pinyin is not available through the Cloud Translation API, which is annoying. So we have this, which is half of the solution. We have here the whole solution, it's manual. Now, fortunately, there are solutions to get that as well, and that's the second option I got. So let's just delete this. Select this bit of text, start with a smaller one. Now I kept it visible so that you just can see what's going on. I can hide this, do this in the background, you don't see it, don't notice it. It will put in the words, get the translation, and there you go. That's better pinyin. It's not going to be perfect, but at least it's better than the other one. But it's a lot slower. Same translation though. So the translation that's available in the web interface is the exact same translation as the one that I'm using through the cloud. It's also Google, so it's the same source, just a different way to get it. So now I'm looking into getting that a little more faster. but for now, that's what I have. And then for longer bits of text, the quicker way, it's already there, you have to do a bit of your own formatting. But that's not the problem. I can even do it a bit more in code, depending on what we really need. And then also the slower version with Google Translate web interface. I am hiding this just so you see what's going on. I click on show more programmatically and then get this, which is a lot better, I think. So, I don't know what you think. Thanks for watching.